Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Mr. Free to Play. I give free to play player advice, tips, tricks, and other things. This channel is more targeted towards early to mid game players. So guys, this video, if you can't tell by the thumbnail, this is going to be able to talk about the Gamma Raid, which most likely will be coming up next after the beta raid is over in approximately 4 days. But first, a public service announcement. As you can see on screen right now, I finished first place in the Ultimate 6 raid in my alliance. This goes to show you, if you are an early to mid-game player, you can do a lot of damage and you can clear content if you know what to focus on. And just to give you an idea that I'm not like making this stuff up, I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you guys my CP compared to my alliance CP. Alright, we are into my alliance's total collection power. As you see here, where my alliance begins and where it ends. And as you can see, I'm now third from the bottom. I used to be second to the bottom, so I passed Mills in my alliance. Yay. Wait till I brag about that this week. Or if you're watching, I'm sorry, Commander, I passed you. Let's back out. But yeah, I just want to show you guys that it is possible. You do not need to be the top player in your alliance. You can do everything that I can do with similar collection power and just be able to focus on what you need to do to accomplish it. The second public announcement I'd like to make is let's check out these new characters that they're not released yet, but actually one you can actually buy. You can buy Graviton now if you'd like. Me, like I said, I will not buy. We already know how he's going to be unlocked. There's going to be an event for him. If you missed that video, there'll be a link somewhere either on the screen or in the description for you to click on and go back and look at that video, how I'm planning on unlocking Graviton and getting as many shards for him as possible. The next new character, Invisible Woman, well, we already know how we're getting her. It's a legendary event. And lastly, Agent Coulson, which I found this one really weird. 180 shards we need to unlock Agent Coulson. It doesn't line up with the Blitz. So I'm thinking, and it's definitely not lining up with a legendary unlock. So I'm thinking he's either going to be a login character. There's a possibility to be a login character, be the highest login character. Because even Captain Marvel, when she was a login character, her unlock was 100, was a 3 stars. He's a 4-star unlock, which is very weird. I don't remember ever being a 4-star unlock. I can't see there being another event right after Graviton, so that's out of the picture. So besides being a login character, the only way I think that he could be possibly be unlocked is through the new War Leagues, where you get credited shards of him for however well you do inside your league. I'm really thinking that's it, because if you've seen his kit, which you can check out some of the YouTubers' kits. They like jumped on it. They have the inside information from Fox Next. If you look at his kit, it's war defense oriented basically. Like he'll boost shield into a defensive team. With that said, it makes a whole lot of sense, and I'm really expecting him to be a special character for the war rewards once we go to leagues. And now, before we get into the bulk of this video, I just want to express that if you're not ready for the next thing that I'm ready to talk about, don't feel bad, don't worry about it. It's just something for you to think about ahead of time, to plan for it and maybe go and help with. It's not a way of me telling you guys that's where you should be. This game will pull you in a million different directions. I have been there, I have felt it, and I'm there half the time anyways too myself. I mean, let's face it, here's all the things that you have to do in this game. You got campaigns you need to complete. You have to compete in Arena, you have to complete in Blitz, you have to complete in Raids, you have to complete in War. They have special campaigns that pop up like the Graviton event. They have special events like Block Party and that Marvel 80th thing they had going on. We have legendary events. You need to farm characters to unlock legendaries. And then we also have Enter the Darkness and Fear the Darkness. And with all that said, we also have these Greek raids that I'm about to get into, or they call them strike raids, whatever you want to call them. I call them Greek raids. Yeah, there is a lot that goes on this game. So my philosophy that I would dig into is how you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And that's what we're going to get into. So without further ado, let's get into the main point of this video, Gamma Raids. Alright, so we can see here in my current countdown calendar, we got 4 days and 7 hours left of the beta raid. After the beta raid ends, Gamma Raid is going to come up right after that. And that's what I want to prepare you guys for in this video. You have a couple days to really look at your team and say, can I pull this off? Can I help my team? You know, the raids themselves have decent rewards. I'm not going to say they're bad rewards. Late game players, some reason like to call them trash, but honestly, I think they're very valuable. And only people that think they're not valuable, people have already paid all their money to get these characters already. But you can see 100% reward. So let's take a look at this. So if you get 100% beta 3 as a team, at first place, you get 2,500, 1,600, and 4,000 of each one of these rewards. Compare that to tier 1 of beta 4. Look at that. Almost 2,900, almost 1,800, and almost 4,700. Way more at 30%. Even in last place, I mean 20. That's probably where I should have started. Even at last place, you got 20. 26, almost 17, and 44. The last place in the 30% in tier 1, and that is worth more than doing 3. So if you can do 4, you should obviously do 4. And how do you help your team at least achieve this 30% in tier 4? That's what we need to take a look at. And for this, we're going to jump into msf.gg. We're going to look at the map here for the Gamma Raid. Now, the Gamma Raid is probably the one where you can get the most synergy going on out of all these Greek raids or strike raids, like I said, whatever you want to call them. And so you take a look at this. Where should you start? As if you're an early game player, if you do not have Fury unlocked, Magneto unlocked, you probably want to avoid the middle. And if you don't have any of this stuff unlocked, you're better off asking if there's someone on your team that can clear these first nodes and get you to defenders, because I'm assuming if you're a middle or early to middle game player, you have a defenders team. Defenders will get you pretty far. You'll probably lose against the mini boss node, which is a topic I will talk about here shortly. So looking at this and looking at how to get the biggest bang for your buck, heavily I recommend, if you can do this, get a Spider-Verse team and Guardians. And when I say Spider-Verse, I mean Sinister Six. You need it for Invisible Woman and Shuri. This is what I talk about, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You can do these missions and you pair them up with other things that you currently have to go on. So if you really want to go for legendary characters, which I'm assuming most people do. I mean, I know that was my big point. Like, I really wanted to go after the legendary characters. As soon as I got my defenders to 5 stars, I went straight for legendaries. So leveling up Sinister Six or even the Guardians, which unlock Star-Lord, and you can get a full team of 5 without Star-Lord of Guardians. You can do these first couple nodes. And that's how you can basically get started in helping your team. Now, past that, you start looking at, hey, look, there's Kree on both sides. Hand and Ravagers aren't that fantastic, but Kree, you need to build a Kree minion team for Fury. So check, there's some of them. That's not the ultimate Kree team, but if you can put Ronin in there with them, you got yourself a pretty good Kree team. You got Minerva unlocked with some gear on her and some abilities. Makes a really fantastic Kree team. So you can possibly punch your way up through here while going for legendaries and taking care of these beta raids. And then once you get Fury and Magneto, especially Fury, you could probably come down here and start helping some of the early game players in your alliance, if you have them, if you're a little bit ahead of your team, and help them help with defenders and get up through here. And look at this, as soon as you get through that, there's Guardians again, and there's X-Men for late game players who have a Phoenix, which is a pretty much one and done mission, but you can usually use her to blast through one of these nodes, probably mostly the mini bosses, which is what I'm going to get into next. The other thing, this raid here was overtuned, and it's never going to get tuned back. Let's face it. And to give you an example of why it's overtuned, let's take a look at the very first node here of Avengers and Spider-Verse, the very first one. When it pops up here, you can see here's the strength of them. It's, basically below 18,000. I'm going to back up one. We're going to go into the mini boss. And look at that power creep. It almost, well, it doubles. It pretty much doubles. It does double. It adds like 20,000 strength to them. It's insane. And this is where a lot of people get stumped. This is where I get stumped, to be honest with you guys. There's not much you can do. If you have a really good alliance and someone you're working with, you can help clear the first ones. When your big hitters come in, wipes out the mini boss, you go to the next level, keep going. Someone big hitter comes in, clears out the mini boss. You can do this way, but it also comes down to alliance communication and stuff like that. But this is why everyone's saying it's overtuned and it's crazy, and I can't agree, because the only thing that can punch through, I'm just bring it back up again one more time. The only thing that can punch through that are my defenders, and I can't use my defenders. And not only that, in this one, in case you're like, hey, I can go defenders. The problem with defenders here is how many defender members they are. If you think they're 5, you're wrong. There are only 4. Punisher is not a defender. So a lot of times you're going in this match with, I'm usually going in with Deadpool or Merc Ryguard or Merc Lieutenant. But that's just, saying is, and most times they get killed. I am expecting at some point this map to get updated to include Fantastic Four somewhere. I'm not quite sure where they'll be included, but I fully expect them to be included at some point. Alright guys, that's the end of the video, talking about Gamma Raids, the new character. I'm interested to hear you guys' opinions on Coulson. Do you think there could be another way he could be unlocked other than the ones that I mentioned, being a character milestone, or being an Alliance War reward in the league? I'd really like to hear you guys' thoughts, if anyone has any suggestions other than what I mentioned. And in closing, guys, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment. I'm still waiting for someone to suggest something they would like me to cover. Other than that, you are at the mercy of what I decide I'm going to do. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate the growth in this channel. Being a new channel, I love seeing the growth. I love seeing the viewerships go up and stuff like that. And please share this video with your alliance if you are a early to mid game alliance, or anyone friends and stuff like that. I appreciate that. But until next time, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.